Hi Earth Signs, this is your mini cross reading for June 2018. So this is going to be for all Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn people. Of course, the messages will not resonate. That requires a personal reading. But this is just a simple snapshot of the possible energies that you may be dealing with coming up in the month of June. Of course, everybody has their own story. So I did some pre-shuffling and meditation on Earth signs, on the Earth Triad, and the card that presented itself was the Fool. Now this is a Uranian card, but this card, it's not the Tower energy, okay? What this is about a new journey. This could be a literal journey. It could be a metaphorical journey, travel in the mind, or it can be a spiritual journey. Nevertheless, what it's talking about is starting anew and afresh, perhaps from different, well, not perhaps, but from different circumstances. Now, we can either have faith in that and take that leap, okay, but we can also be foolish and naive and not pay attention to where it is we're trying to go. See, he has his eyes closed, okay? So, what is crossing this at this particular moment? What may be preventing this leap forward? Well, let's see. We have this Queen of Swords. And this is interesting because she has come out in every single elemental reading. This Queen of Swords. She was in the air sign. She was in the water signs. She was in the, what do you call it? The fire signs. So this represents the sign of Libra. Libra is about the balance. This queen represents truth, clarity, communications, rationalizations. As a profession, she could be a counselor, a mediator, a soldier, a doctor, a dentist, a chef, a writer, an editor, anything, any type of profession where either sharp instruments, cutting tools are used, and or any profession where intellect is really what makes the job. Okay, the ability to process information. She also can be a great communicator, tactful, diplomatic, but she can also be someone who's quite rude. I'm not sure exactly how she's coming across at this particular moment, but for whatever reason, this just could be, it's not really an energy. In some instances, it is really about the energy of Libra, okay? And for others of you, it's going to be about a person. So there could be someone of an air sign who is blocking this, and then this could even be yourself, because even though you may be a Taurus or Virgo or Capricorn, we can all, an earth sign, we can all embody the different qualities of each court card suit, okay? At different points in times, we have to be able to embody different things. Male or female, same sex, heterosexual, we all have this ability, okay? Now, well, here is the Emperor. So now I have two, and this is the root of the issue. Now, this is interesting because these two, as characters, okay, as archetypes, kind of both have the same energy, even though one is fire, the Emperor, and the other one is air. Because the Emperor can be a great counselor or mentor or teacher, a patron, protective figure. He can also be a soldier. You see, he's got his armor on underneath. He could be a doctor, a police officer, someone who works in the fields of, I've even seen this card sometimes show up as somebody who may work in like the CIA or one of those organizations, okay? The Immigration and Naturalization Services, TSA, something like that. He represents a figure of authority. Now, in my book, a queen is a level below an emperor. The Empress is his match. The King of Swords is her match, okay? But what I mean by they embody the same kind of energy, she can be quite objective and dispassionate, but it doesn't mean that she doesn't have feelings and she doesn't care, okay? It just may means that she's able to, not allow her emotions to get in the way of what she feels is right. But so can this guy, okay? And they can also be those kind of my way or the highway kind of a people, brusque, rude, overbearing, domineering, extremely mean and sarcastic in the way they treat you or speak to you. It just depends. But we see that this is the root of the issue, okay? Let's see about the past influence. There is that Knight of Swords. I just get the sense, because this card just came out in the water sign readings, and if I'm not mistaken, in either the air reading or the fire reading, there was a Page of Wands. So I think what's happening is that there is going to be some kind of news or message. Some of you, again, I'm getting this idea that you're either going to suddenly take a trip. This may be dealing with the boss. Maybe the boss is sending you out because you're the best person for the job. And just out of the clear blue, you get this opportunity to take this trip and communicate whatever it is that this emperor wants you to communicate. And then, let's see. The unknown influence, the Seven of Cups. Why do I gotta do that? But I got all of this other stuff I gotta do. And I got so much to do, I don't know what to focus on first. Now, a lot of times people will, readers will present that card as illusion and delusion. And in one respect, that's right. But positively, what this card says is if you can focus yourself, all of those goals and those wishes that you have, those attainments, those things you've been fantasizing about, can definitely be yours. You just got to figure out which one you need to focus on the most. Okay? Now, what's coming up in the future, or may come up in the future? There's a decision to be made. Isn't that something? And I've got 3 Lovers cards here. I'm sorry, 3 Major Arcana and 2 Court cards. And these 2 are of the same suit. And again, whatever this message is, it has either come, it has either gone, or maybe you haven't gotten it yet. But they're in opposite directions. It's definitely saying that you're going to have to go back over something in some way, shape, or form. Whatever this thing is, I think it's a choice between head and heart, which is essential to her character, which is essential to his character, because he didn't become the emperor by being a softie and giving away all of his shit. He wants to know definitely what's in it for him. He also can't maintain his position as the emperor by being a tyrant and a bully the whole time. He will be usurped. Eventually, he will fall. So this is some kind of choice, again, between head and heart. But it's also an opportunity for some kind of healing of a situation. It's a thorny issue. And the reason why I say that is that looks like a thorn to me. But this also speaks to balancing out both your masculine and your feminine energies. And this may be telling you that something's going to occur where you're going to be required to act from a strong place, but be diplomatic about it. I don't know. Definitely some kind of offer coming in. Now, this offer could be financial in nature. It could be an opportunity for you to study and for you to learn, or to share what you have with other people. It's also a message to pay attention to the natural world out in nature. So maybe if some of you have been spending too much time indoors or too much time in your head, try to get out and walk around a little bit and clear your head, particularly if there's a decision that you have to make. Now, I do feel that some of you, this has already come about. For others of you, this will be happening very soon. And for the rest of you, this may be playing out into the month of June. I do have these representations of the sun. So this tells me that this is some kind of summer issue here. This is Aries. He's ruled by Mars. Typically, this is your first house. Your first house is where your sun is. Okay? But you see the two suns there. Even this card is showing some kind of summer. Beginning of summer, perhaps. Definitely a news or message coming in. Now, the only thing I can look at, I can't look at those two court cards. For some of you, this could be the idea that maybe there's a young person leaving your life. Not a graduation. Someone leaving quite suddenly. Or someone sending you some news. Just as you were about to start something and you have to turn around. This is what I'm getting. It's like whatever this thing is, it's going to either be coming back or you're going to have to reverse course. Because there's a choice you're going to have to make. And right now, maybe some of you don't even see it. You may feel it intuitively. This card, the guy's in a dream state. Or a nightmare state, whatever. And then suddenly, these are two different types of messages. And I do feel that this is something that you're already dealing with or have dealt with, but it definitely is going to be returning. This could even be the idea or the concept that this is going to be somebody from your past returning. But the thing is, this is not saying necessarily that you are blocking your own path or movement through this. That's typically what the blocking thing means. Okay, what the card across it means. But I think it means that either your manner, your style of communicating, or your thought processes, or maybe your clarity and your truth surrounding this situation, you've already expressed that. And maybe this is why now this thing is coming back around. Maybe you're going to change your mind and your opinion, or maybe someone else is. Okay? So the only card I can look at, I got too much crap going on, in relation to these three major arcana cards here, is the Seven of Cups. So let's do that. My mom just called. She's always calling. Okay, the Seven of Cups. Okay, we have next to the Lovers, and that's it. It is a message to take someone close into consideration when making choices and decisions, as there are imminent changes coming into your life. Be thoughtful of others' wants and needs during this transition, as there is enough room on your path for two. It indicates that your life's path is broad enough for two people. Now, this card can sometimes represent a father or a father figure. So again, this could be somebody who may be a bit perhaps stern or whatever, or can be maybe even a bit stern. Doesn't always necessarily mean that they're mean. They just may have a particular disposition, but that I think that this person could be very, very protective. But don't get it twisted that the person can't smack the hammer down on you too if you are screwing up. I'm really kind of not exactly sure what this Emperor, but he is at the root of the issue. Maybe you've said, you know, this is what I want to do. I want to start over. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do the other thing. And the person just didn't agree with the direction in which you were going. But perhaps, maybe the person has given it some thought. And now maybe coming back around. I don't know. We do see this Page of Pentacles here. I don't know. I'm going to look at this Knight of Swords. No. My guides are telling me to look at the Lovers. That's a lot of air energy across the center there. And Uranus is a fire card, but it rules a air sign, Aquarius. You know, I just think something is coming, but it's something that you may have already, and there's not been a lot of clarity on the situation. If that is the case, when this comes back around, I think you, as I say, you need to take someone, like the cards say, take the person into consideration. Bambino, Il Nemico, and the Prigione. Well, a choice between two men. One of these men is going to be new. He is the Il Nemico. Now, and what I think is, for a moment, things aren't going to move, because we see this Prigione, somebody who's limited and constrained. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this is speaking about the new man who's coming. If that is the case, and this is speaking of him, he's going to be someone who's very shrewd and very deliberate. Okay, remember I said he's not going to give up something for nothing. Okay, let's take a look at him. Definitely, these are different energies. And maybe you have to, maybe the dilemma is you're not sure if the person is friend or foe. This is what Libra represents. The person opposite you. Past, present, potential partner, enemy, rival, and or foe. Now this could be you being in battle with an ex. That's really not what that Bambino and the Nemico is telling me. This is telling me that there's a choice, because there's a new person coming. Meeting. Desperate jealousy. And the Ammalato. Now, this is interesting, because the story is that we're dealing with this person. Remember I said, this is a message. This is something that's going to be coming back around. So this is meeting somebody in whatever capacity. But I think that the person, this speaks to excessive attachment to a situation. So I don't know if it's you being excessively attached to the thought of meeting this person, or if the person has excessive, they haven't forgotten you. And they're not pleased about it. In fact, they have probably been, in a sense, kind of making themselves ill over the fact that they met you. But this also tells me in one respect that this Il Nemico might be constrained in some way or limited by choices. I'm going to just go ahead and pull cards on the Seven of Cups, because that is the unknown influence. You know, and Venus in Scorpio is one of those kinds of cards where it is one of those do or die. People will love you to death. They'll bleed for you. If you know, if they love you, they'll actually bleed for you. So, and maybe this is saying that that new person won't necessarily be that way. I don't know. This is everybody's story is different. This is definitely telling me that there's somebody new on the way. Conversations, pleasant conversations, talking about all the things we'd do together if we were together, all the things we'd like to do, or how we see our lives, what makes us emotionally fulfilled. Now, the militare, relationship with law enforcement, but typically that means getting caught or being stopped or prevented in some way. This could even be the idea of self-constraint, marshaling your own whatever it is so that you can continue forward doing whatever it is that you're doing. And the consolante sorpresa. And accepting those things and being like, okay, that's not really what I want, and that's not exactly what I expected, but nevertheless, I can do something with it. This is interesting. I really don't know what to tell you about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull an angel answer and a romance angel card. That's interesting. So it looks like some intrigue coming up, earth signs, for some of you. And I don't think, I tell you what I feel about the Bambino Nemico Prigione. I think, even though this is a new person, I think that this person has, in effect, has been watching you in some way, and maybe they haven't made their move just yet. And that Page of Pentacles is them making that move. But it's almost as if it's the same, at the same time that this Emperor may decide to resurface. Isn't that something? Wow. Alright. One romance angel card. I'm sorry, angel answer. Let's pull it. I hope you have formulated your question. One romance angel card. It's definitely telling you that there's somebody coming in, and whatever the choice is, you're going to be presented with, it says to take the other person into consideration. There is enough room on the path for two. So this is definitely some new partnership coming in, whether this is somebody coming from the past or somebody new stepping forward. Okay? I just feel that new Il Nemico hasn't made his move yet. That's what that's telling me. There's something else that he's dealing with right now. But that soon, that person will present themselves. Now, it says playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Wow. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So, the opportunity card. Positive growth and expansion is on the horizon for you. This opportunity may bring with it inspiration and insight, or it could be the chance you've been waiting for to take action on ideas you already have. That could be that Seven of Cups. You may be seeking to manifest the chance to create things in your career, buy or sell a home, the Emperor is a 4, or bring romance into your life. Whatever your desires, your angels are about to open a door of possibilities for you, so step right through. Playfulness. The romance angels are cherubs who embody all things romantic and who have a happy, youthful sense of playfulness. They delight in the wonders of love and ask you to do the same. The angels want to help you fall back in love with life again by guiding you to enjoy yourself. This comes from a spirit of joy and adventure. That's that Fool card. The angels ask you, when was the last time you had fun? If you don't remember, then it's long overdue for you to add some playtime into your schedule. The angels say that fun is a necessity, not a luxury. The activity can be free of charge, such as exploring nature, auditioning for a local theatrical production, joining a community sports team, and sometimes that Emperor can be that, or trying something new. Playfulness is a good investment of your time, as it will renew your energy levels and elevate your mood. Playtime is essential in relationships too, to keep the free-spirited component of dating alive. Plan regular date nights with your partner and take turns creatively planning fun activities such as miniature golf, karaoke, walking through a flower garden, or flying kites together. Could just be rolling around in the sheets too. I don't know. So that's what I have for you, Earth signs. That's really an interesting reading. And so I do hope those messages helped. And until next time, namaste.